My Azuma 800 lights are now fixed. This is the Azuma going backwards. White lights at the front. And red lights at the back. Change direction. White lights are at the front. And red lights at the back. This is one of the directional lighting chips, and although I can't find any documentation about it, this is the correct way. This bit here with a hole must face backwards, and that bar must face forwards in the N carriage, or the DVT or driving carriage. And the chip must be, that's how it should look from the bottom, and this is how it would look if you took the seating out and looked at it from the top. So that little chip at the back there must be facing backwards, and that must be facing forwards. And the other very difficult thing, oh, excuse me sneezing, is getting the contact points to sit square on these, because if you don't do that there and there, if you don't do that, then you get bad lighting, and that is a real pain in the proverbial neck to get it done exactly right. But I finally did it. So that is the problem now fixed, running lovely. All the coach lighting is now fixed and working, and I've now got directional lights both forwards and backwards. So I'm a happy person. This is the chip sat on top of the 800. This is actually the rear end of the 800, but as you can see, that little hole at the back of the chip is facing backwards, and the orientation of that chip would actually be like this. Looking at it from this angle would be like this. So that little chip must be backwards, and the large chip must be facing upwards as you look from the top. If you're looking from the bottom, then obviously you'll be looking at it from that angle. Well, what do I think to my Azuma 800? Well, I think it's a great model. It's lovely detailed. It's a fantastic runner, smooth as silk. I had no trouble with that. But those bloody chips in the either end of it are a nightmare. The motor chip is easy. Just slide it in, away you go. But those end chips, there doesn't seem to be any paperwork on which way they go round. Not that I've seen anyway. Certainly not what comes with it. And the springs inside there are an absolute nightmare. If you make them a little bit stronger, which they have to be by bending them out, you then cannot slide the chip back into the unit, and you have to take it apart and actually place it under the springs. All well and good, except it is incredibly fiddly. Big fat fingers, incredibly fiddly, but very rewarding when you actually get it done. But yeah, not a good way of doing it, Kato. Use a socket, it's much easier, much easier. But apart from that, what a great runner, and it's running beautifully. Thanks for watching.